Hello Year 3, welcome to the first of a series of exciting lessons. Today's date is Wednesday the 10th of February and today we are going to be focusing on homophones. First learning objective is to correctly identify the words which sound the same. Then we are going to look at selecting the correct homophone. And then lastly, we are going to write a sentence using the correct homophone. So I know what you're all thinking, and Nemo here has the same question. What is a homophone? So I want you to pause the video here, and I want you to see if you can have a think about what a homophone might be. I decided that to answer my question of what is a homophone, I would go and ask a meerkat. And the answer that the meerkat came back with was that homo means the same and that phone means a sound. Now I wonder if you can think of another word that's got the word phone in. You might have remembered it from when we do phonics, perhaps. Any ideas? A phoneme, well done. So when we're looking at a phoneme, we're looking at the sound, and a grapheme is the written form of that sound, the letters that make up that sound. So if we put these two parts of our word together, homo and phone, we come up with the same sound. So today we are going to be looking at words which sound the same but have a different spelling. So the grapheme is different, but the sound of the word is the same. But it's important to get this right because the words might mean completely different things. So we're going to have a look now at some examples of how this looks. The first two words we're going to look at then are going to be these two here. On the left hand side we have bear, and on the right hand side we have bear. Hold on a minute, those are the same words, aren't they? What do you notice is the same about them, and what do you notice that is different? I want you to pause the video again, and I want you to see if you can think about what is the same and what is different about these words. I wonder what you came up with about what was the same and what was different. Let's see if we can have a look at this word first, and we're going to see if we can sound this word out. So we're going to say the sounds and then read the word together. B-air, bear. And then let's have a look at this word. We'll do the same. B-air, bear. So one of the things that hopefully you noticed was the same is that it sounds the same. But if we have a look very carefully at our grapheme, the way that those letters are representing that sound, you'll notice that it is different. On each word, that sound is slightly different. And this is where we have got two homophones. So these are two words which sound the same, but they mean different things. So what does each of them mean? Well, let's have a look at these two things here. Now here you can see a bear, and here you can see something which has got nothing on it. It's bear. So which one of these words goes with these two objects? I want you to see if you can have a think and match them correctly. Hopefully you've managed to match these words to their correct object. So the bear on the left hand side is spelt with our E-A-R grapheme of our air sound. And on the right hand side you've got something which is bear, and the air sound is spelt A-R-E. These are my next two words, I'm not going to sound them out this time. I want you to see if you can sound them out. And again, I want you to pause the video and think about what's the same and what is different about these two words. Hopefully you've had another chance to have a think about what's the same and what's different about these two words. And if we have a look at our first word, we've got n, o, t, not. And on here, we've got n, o, t, not. So these two words again are homophones because they sound the same. But the difference here is just this one letter at the start. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just underline that letter here because that is our part of the word that is different. So what I want you to think about now is again using some clues to think about which word you would use for which item. So here we have got a cross, as in, no, that is not what you do. And here we have a piece of string with a knot. So I want you to think about which one of these words you would use for these two things. And here you can see the two words correctly positioned next to the correct clue. So not, as in I am not doing that, is spelt without the K. And here a knot, as in something which is tied into a knot, has got that sound at the beginning. So two words which sound the same but have a different meaning. Your next activity is going to be to correctly match some pairs of words which you think sound the same. So you're going to have a selection of words and you need to match the pairs. Here are your list of words, and all I want you to do is I want you to match the two words that you can see for each pair of homophones. So there are 4 pairs in total. And if you can do some quick multiplication, that will mean that you have got 8 words. And you are going to have the time that it takes for my kettle to boil to match these words. Hopefully that gave you enough time to have a think about these words and which ones are homophones that go together. We're going to have a look now and see if we can match these up. So I'm going to start reading them as we go round. Here we've got plain, main, male, plain, main, male, here, and here. So let's have another look at those, because I'm sure that I said the same word several times, but obviously they are homophones. So I can see a pair here. So if I pick up plain, I can put that next to my other homophone plain. Here, if I move main, which one of these words that's left is main? And that's right, it's this one here. So I can match those together. Here, I've got male. That doesn't start with a male. And then the last two, here and here. So now that I have got my matching homophones, what I now need to do is to see if I can select the most appropriate word that matches my clue. My visual clues I'm going to set out in a moment, and we're going to see if we can match them together. Here are your list, your conveyor belt, if you like, of items. We've got, I am aware it is technically a shuttle, but for purposes of this, as I didn't have a plane, we're going to call it a plane. A plain piece of paper. And, as always on a conveyor belt, a cuddly toy. However, it is the main that I'm interested in. Here we have some main characters. With this you can hear. With this you can find out we are here. We have got some male, and especially chosen by my eldest daughter, we have got a male. So let's have a look at our list of items here. Our homophones. We've got plain first of all. So that was one of the first words that I said. So we've got these two choices of plain. Which word is going to match our plain here? Well, they both sound the same, don't they? So it's going to come down to that spelling, that difference in the ain sound. The p and the ul are the same sounds in this word. So it's going to be the ain sound that's going to be a little bit tricky. I wonder if you can match which bit's going to go with which. Absolutely. So this is our plain. This is going to be going with our pretend plane. And this here is a plain piece of paper, something which is empty or blank. Our next two homophones are main and main. And we had, just as a reminder, we had the lion and we had the main characters. And if we have a look at our two spellings, the difference in this word is our ain sound. Here we've got a split digraph of ain, and here we've got our ai grapheme as our a sound. So here the lion has a mane, and here we have got a main character in a book. The next one, and we're going to look at here. So if we are hearing something, our grapheme of here, the phoneme here, is going to be ear, this part here. And ironically, in the word here, we've got this ear sound. So to hear something is going to be to use this one. And if we're telling someone where we are here, we're going to use this one here. And our last pair of homophones, we've got male and male. And we're going to use this one here for our letters. And we're going to use this one here for our male as a gender. So let's just have a quick recap of this. So we've got plain and plain, main and main, here and here, and male and male. Onto your tasks then, year 3. So our tasks link to the learning objectives which we mentioned at the start. So the first one is going to be to have a look at these words and to see if you can match the words that sound the same, the homophones, together. Your next task is going to be to match these words to the correct clue. Now, I'm not going to say too much, but we're going to go down the line of our clues and see if I can give you a little bit of a hint. So the first one is a book about great women who made history. A pair of glasses. What might they be used for? A pretend plane. A form of public transport that you might have to pay for. A lion, looking very happy. A multi-purpose grater. Main character, particularly looking at Elsa there. She doesn't look happy. Oh, film. What might you have in a film? Maybe something that is being produced in a much more professional way than this video. Equals. Something that is shared equally. Maybe something that would therefore be just and equal. So those are your clues, and then your last task is to write your own sentences, something which looks perhaps a little bit like this. The lion's something was thick. The book I am reading is something. I went on a something to go on holiday. Now, obviously, you're going to be writing your own sentences, so you're going to select your own words and make sure that the homophone makes sense. So the purpose of this task is to make sure that you're selecting the correct homophone that makes sense in that sentence. So, for example, with this first one, the lion's something was thick. The word that I'm thinking I need to use is mane. But if I was to use the incorrect homophone, if instead I was to write main, this would be the incorrect homophone for that sentence. So think very carefully about the homophone that you are going to use. Well done, Year 3. Thank you very much for watching this first exciting instalment in a series of videos this week. Remember, you can email us your work at year3@ssjs.co.uk if you are unable to submit your assignment on Teams. The assignment on Teams is a blank document with the tasks, and you can complete the tasks in the correct section under there. As I said, if you want to challenge yourself and complete all of the tasks, even if you are in the red or green group, that's absolutely fine, and I look forward to seeing your work. And I will be back with you very soon with another exciting video. Take care, Year 3.